In this Starfield news update video, I will be sharing with you the patch notes for the biggest update yet. It has just released in Steam Beta, and I have all of the details, including the graphical improvements, bug fixes, and more. But before we do take a look at everything though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates on Starfield. So last week, Bethesda announced the biggest update to Starfield yet, and it was scheduled to launch yesterday, the 17th of January, but they did discover a bug that needed fixing, which they have now fixed because the update is now released in Steam Beta. It comes in at a couple of gigabytes in terms of size, but it may vary depending on your region. As I mentioned in my previous video, this is an update limited to the Steam Beta for now, as the community that wants to opt in and test this can find some bugs before it makes its way out to the Xbox version as well as the PC Game Pass version. Bethesda also say that this update will be releasing on Xbox, PC Game Pass and the Xbox Store version in 2 weeks' time, so most likely on the 1st of February, assuming this patch does go to plan and major fixes aren't needed. So stay subscribed because I will be making a video as soon as it has gone live. If you do want to opt in into the Steam Beta, head on over to your library, right-click Starfield, select Properties, and then on the left-hand side of this pop-up you'll see Betas. Then head on over to the betas drop down and select beta, and then your game will start downloading the beta. Let's now go through the patch notes of the biggest update to Starfield yet. So this is version 1.9.47.0, and Bethesda say that it brings over 100 fixes and adjustments, and they mostly focus on quality of life improvements and quest fixes. They are also grateful for all of the feedback that they've received from the community and will continue to monitor and track issues that the community are facing, along with critiques of the game as well. They have reiterated that their steady stream of updates will happen every 6 weeks, and now we can take a look at exactly what has been fixed in this update. So in terms of animation, they fixed the player character's eyes remaining closed instead of blinking in third-person view, as well as some rare cases where small animation pops could be seen in third person. In terms of creatures and enemies, they have fixed invisible creatures on some planets, along with an issue that would cause enemies to stand instead of falling to the ground. Then we have some updates on crew and companions. They fixed an issue with positioning of crew members and companions near the cockpit after fast travelling to the ship. They've also fixed a possible control lock when talking to a companion without entering a dialogue, while simultaneously trying to exit the ship. Some more general fixes include some issues that prevented saving, along with how crowds behave when desired target is reserved. There have been various stability improvements, hopefully you'll receive less crashing, and overall it's just a much more stable game from these patch notes. In terms of graphics, they've improved widescreen support, so you have 32:9, 21:9 and 16:10. They've added support for stars displaying sun disk geometry. Shadows can also now be seen on planet rings from the planet's surface. They've improved the shadows on the character's skin, character cloth, and first-person perspective on PC and Xbox, along with reflections for water. You will also see improved lighting in the character generation menu. A bunch of graphical issues regarding flickering and things like that have also been fixed in this update, and it's quite an extensive list. Improvements have been made to FSR2 and DLSS in terms of artifacting with noise and ghosting. 73 locations have received lighting improvements, and this includes neon, and it does look better. Onto Outposts now, and they fixed a bunch of issues which I'm showing you on screen right here. This includes an issue where weapon cases built by the player in an outpost would populate it with weapons and ammo after reloading the game. As for Starborn powers, they've made sure the solar flare power now accounts for critical hits, fixed the extreme speed that could occur in 0G when using the phase time power. I've had that a couple of times. There was also a rare issue that could cause phase time power to remain enabled, and that has been fixed. One of the main points of this update was to fix a bunch of issues to do with quests. I've had so many comments from you guys just saying, look, I'm having this issue with this quest, everyone's got a different issue with different quest, and I was really hoping for some big news, and it seems like Bethesda have delivered on a lot of it. Just look how many quests have received fixes. So this should have been addressed a long time ago. I know these things are hard to get, but it has affected so many people, affected their game. They've not been able to complete the game, complete these quests. So many cases they've been soft locked, but hopefully this patch does fix the issue that you've been facing. You can see here just how much has been fixed, and you can pause the video to take a look at all of the patch notes, because I would be here for a long time if I were to read all of these quest fixes out. Onto ships and ship customization now, and they have fixed a bunch of issues, including, hopefully, for once and for all, the asteroid that follows your ship in space. All of these fixes will hopefully make going about your day in your ship, travelling through space, much better. They've also adjusted some stuff with skills, so in terms of rejuvenation, the visual effects will no longer replay whenever the head scanner is open in third person. As for surveying, they've fixed a challenge progress issue with mineral resources, and for the targeting control system skill, they fixed inconsistencies with level 3 and 4. Onto items and weapons now, and they've fixed the incorrect reload amount that could occur when consuming a trauma pack, along with FOV and zoom issues with weapon scopes, which is great. I've had issues there, I know most people have, along with weapon sound effects, continuing to play after killing an enemy, and a few other things. So when you add all of this up, I do think people will be very happy. Hopefully these issues are resolved completely this time, and it will just make your experience in Starfield much better. My biggest takeaway from the patch are the improvements made to the lighting. I haven't really experienced many of these bugs, so this for me is the biggest, but I know so many people have just had issues with progressing through the game. So hopefully those issues have been resolved. If not, hopefully the next one does fix it. Please do let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on these patch notes. What are you most excited for? What are missing? What issues are you still facing? Just your general opinions on this new update, I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like to help support the channel, and I will be making a video whenever there is major news regarding Starfield and its updates, so do stay subscribed for that. If you missed any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.